Hello Mixel, welcome. Hello Balo Wheat. Yeah, I got a quest. Okay, it does have an inventory screen. For some reason this barn makes me think of the Friday the 13th game on Commodore 64. Maybe it's just because of this sort of music that's sort of a little bit whimsical but also a little bit unnerving. Well, let's find that 223112. Someone write that in the chat so I know, so I've got a note of it. I think is it 223112? Twenty-two, 31, 12. Okay, well this looks like the way into the mines. Oops. I messed that up. I was just having a bit of a nosy look around. Yeah, so this is actually the kind of game Scorpion was originally intended to make. It was only sort of like a few months into the project that I added platformer support. But this style of game, I haven't really added. Yeah, I haven't spent as much time developing features for this genre, so it's not as well supported as platformers. Okay, so this must be where the combination is. Okay, I'm not... Okay, well... honestly, I have no idea, because... Oh, hang on. Okay, so that must be the... Let's go out and go back in. I hope that resets his state. So we've got two switches that I can see, and a button. And I'm assuming pressing the button is what opens. Well, you know, when you finish the combination lock, presumably the button is what would open it. If you got it right. Let's try one thing. One. Oh. Two. One. Actually, I think I see now. Oh. One, two. Oh, wait, no. Okay. Let's try that again. So... Okay, so put that in the put them both in the 2 position. Then let's hit that. Then I'll put them in the 3, 1. And then the 1, 2. There we go, got it. Actually, was I supposed to tell that guy that I'd solved it, or... Yeah, okay, I guess we gotta go down the bottom. It's just making me think a little bit of, Binding of Isaac. No, it's not really the same sort of game, but just sort of maybe just sort of in tone and visuals. A little bit. Oh, okay, so I got a bomb. So presumably I gotta use it to blow up the, that or that? Should I try? Oh, I've got 5 of them. Okay. Can I use it there? No. Alright. Can I go back to select none? Yep, just so I don't accidentally drop it when I didn't want to. Right, more bomb. Yeah, I guess this is a dead end. Oh, okay. Oh, did I must have zoned out. There must have been a key or something I picked up. Whoa. Jesus. Is that going to give me... Oh. Oh, wow. Okay, well, I can see what to do to fight this boss. Gotta get up a bit more. Ah, I just missed him. Okay, well that was one. Well, definitely. That was a bad idea. Well. Oh! Just dead. How far do I have to go back? Oh, not too far. Okay, that's good. What I probably should be doing is luring him to the top right. So it's a little bit easier for the minecart to... There we go. Alright, well, I guess I go through to the next room. We got... Oh! Okay, yep. So very Legend of Zelda style with the... boss fights. Okay, so... Oh. Did that do something, or do I have to... Oh! Okay, so that brought me back to the start. I guess I'm done in there, because I got the, Oh. Well, I'll just see what the guy says. Safe again to deliver lumber for the bridge. Okay, so where is Runa? Is he in the village, or is he up here somewhere? Oh! Okay, that's new. There's a lot to explore for a demo. But yeah, this is coming along very nicely. Hello! Ted Zog, you might recognize this game. Ted Zog thinks he's seen it before. So yes, Ted Zog, the creator of the game, is in the chat. And yeah, I am having fun with it. It's a very cool demo, and the exact sort of thing I'd, like to see more of in Scorpion Engine. Okay, is this where the lumberjack lives? Follow to the west side of the forest, cut the bridge so I couldn't. Couple of planks. Yep, I'll take a look. Can I blow that up? Oops. What is bomber's second button? Nope. Can I ask him again what he said, just in case I missed some context? West side of the forest, but they cut the bridge so I couldn't follow. Just check one more time. So, follow the west side of the forest, cut the bridge so I couldn't follow. Okay. Okay, so that's... It looks like the planks are over there. But I can't get around that. Yeah, Ted Soak says, we found some bugs and some improvements to do in the beta, but pretty happy with it overall. One thing to redraw the map here a bit, so you have to go past the bridge he's referring to. Okay, so is that sort of like the end of the demo, or is there another way to get to continue making progress? Whoops. One more thing to do. Oh, can't go in there. No bombs don't work on that. One thing I did want to note, if you weren't aware, is you can turn off diagonal directions of Scorpion. So what that means is that, like, at the moment, if I go up or down, and then I sidestep, it continues looking that direction. But at the moment, if I try that with moving left, it will look up and down. So if you turn off diagonal directions, you'll be able to, keep walking left and walk up and down if that was the way that you were walking originally. It's just called something like direction enable. You just select the diagonal directions and turn them off. The Zelda demo in the unofficial pack has I think it's configured that way. Okay, this looks promising. Oh. Okay. This is cool, because I think the original Legend of Zelda had some dungeon scenes that were side-scrolling. Oh. New boss. Is it a boss? Oh, of course I can't drop my bomb here because it's okay. That makes sense. So jump over him, he pauses. Then you can get him back. Can I switch to the X? Well, I can't use it in this side-scrolling mode. Now, what might be pretty cool here is like that background is quite repeating. You could replace that with the like a parallax system. Give it a little bit of depth in here. Okay, so I got the axe. Whoops. I don't know if I can use the axe as a weapon or not. Okay, I can. Not as efficient as a sword, but I can. So I just need to get all the way back around to where the lumberjack was. No, can anyone remind me if I've actually done a demo of OCS Parallax on on stream? I know I've done like AGA Parallax with the massive sprites at some point. I don't think I've done the oh, okay, the other guy's gone. Okay, now I gave the X back to... Oh, okay, I wasn't meant to use the X here before I gave it back. Is that the something we need to fix there? If you die in that area, you spawn there again, and you actually have to cut that stump. Okay, I guess so. That's sort of the end of the demo then, or? Into the demo north of the crystal mine. Okay, so how do I get... The crystal mine is back near the start, or... Crystal cave? So I don't need to cross the bridge, or I would need to cross the bridge? Oh, okay, alright. So the crystal cave is the first cave. Okay. So I just need to go back to, Oops. Okay, well that should give me a shortcut back to the start of the area, at least, so... Pro speedrunner tip, just die to get back to the start of the area. Okay, and... Oh. Thank you very much. Congratulations, you've finished the demo. Hope you've enjoyed it and want to leave feedback at bandpunstudio.se. The SE stands for Scorpion Engine. No, I think it stands for what? Sweden? Or no? I haven't looked that up. Actually, the top level domain. Sweden. Okay. Yes. So Sweden is the official country of Scorpion Engine for the domain name being SE. Next part will be beyond this bridge where Node encounter new adventures. Well, that was very cool. Thanks for that, Tidzog. Sweden and Australia. Ah, Sweden and Australia cooperative game. Well, Australia's not too far from where I am here in New Zealand. Random bit of trivia. So my name is Eric, and it is spelled with a K at the end. I'm not Swedish, but my step-grandfather was, and so I took his name. Right, now, well, let's, Tidzog, I wasn't sure how long you were going to stick around for. I was planning to jam together some sort of parallax thing, and that might include, well, probably will include some sort of sprite parallax. I saw this tile set here, and I was quite fascinated by it, because I thought maybe I can use some of the stuff with new parallax floors. So, let's, so the next hour or so I'm just going to be jamming on this, so let's, I'm going to call it Scorpion Jam. And I'll put it as a EGA, it just gives us that little bit more flexibility. Might decide later, actually, this can run as, Clint Bell. I'll need to remember that. Sometimes I'm not very good with open game art, remembering who to credit. Just put that there just so I've got it. And I wanted to have a look at these dungeon cooler tiles to begin with. See what's in them. That night sky's interesting. I might be able to do something with that. Tempest. Okay, let's see what I can do with the tree. Oh no worries, Tidzog. If you can't stay up too long, then I'll this is all gonna be uh whoops. Paint Shop Pro just crashed. Maybe there's something he doesn't like about that file. I'll see if I'll try opening it again. I'll try opening it from within Paint Shop Pro as well. No, okay, that worked. But yeah, this is going to be on YouTube at some point. Um, the tree might not be the best thing to work with. Uh, look at actually, I'll have a look at Dungeon 4. Yeah. Let's take a look at grass. I see. Okay, so it's got so I guess you can sort of see like a two by six grid in front of you, or a two by three. What can you see further than that? It's probably it looks a bit fur. Oh no, okay, so it's 3 by 3. So you got this is your your near tile, and then you've got one that's a bit further away, and then that's the furthest away, and so you've got like it gets darker as you go along. Let's see if there's something else I can um that does look quite nice. Maybe there's something I can do with this. Yeah, what I think I'll do is I'll just uh Ted Zoke says VOD stays on Twitch for a month too. Yep, that is true. Um yeah. What? 20 Oh, okay. All right. So, well, let's get rid of that. I might leave that one in. Craft picks. Okay, I'm just having a think about How could we layer this? And if I open that, so let's get the combine one. Now that's way, way too big for us to do anything with in Scorpion. Let's scale that down to 4. Oh, we don't know. We want so it's 224. I did just want to note there is this AI powered thing, but this is not like this just runs locally. It's not a we call it a it doesn't use diffusion, or yeah, it doesn't use anything online. It is just running locally whatever Paintshop Pro uses. But it only works for upsizing anyway. For downsizing, we just want smart size will do. It doesn't look very crisp. I'm not sure if we can really do anything to avoid that, but now I guess we'll go with that. Now let's grab a 32. I need a 32 wide section that should hopefully be fairly fairly good for looping. I'm gonna try to get flowers in there. Actually, I'm just going to go for here. Now, I'm going to need to drastically reduce the color depth because it's going to have a lot of like Actually, sorry. If I undo all of that, how many colors does it have originally? I should have done a pixel resize, so it would have not created those intermediate colors. Okay, so 54. If I do that resize again, but I make it pixel resize, it shouldn't add or remove any color. Yeah, that looks a lot sharper. That gives us, well, actually 52 colors now because it's shrunken a bit. But that gives us a starting point that we can work with. So let's actually I might no, I'll get this. No, I'll do that. I will get that bit. Drag that over there. Let's merge that down. Let's do another color count. Okay, so we're getting it down. So the thing that's going to be a bit tricky is we're going to need it to be no more than 4 colors on any of these lines. So I think that is going to be a problem with down there, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Okay, well that gives us our base. So in theory, if we had a massive number of colors to work with on the if we had a massive number of colors to work with on the OCS parallax base, then that would just work. But it is going to tell us that it is going to tell us there are too many colors in some of those scan lines. So we'll work out where it's going to complain about. So we want sprite parallax, and I'll call this sprite. Then I'll set that as the image. We'll say 32 horizontal repeating is what we want. And what's it going to tell us? More than 4 colors on line 210, which is what I expected. Okay, so to this whole bit, in fact, I probably should have. I shouldn't have gotten a bit with a flower just because it's you know that's going to be more colors in that area. Why is it selecting all of it? Match mode, color, contiguous. Oh, it's that. Let's choose a different color here. Just use that same color there. Okay, so that's taken the it's taking the flower out. It's probably still going to give the same error if I try to convert it. 210. Okay, so I think this whole bit here. Yeah, let's take this whole bit here, and this is just going to be a very rough hack. Now I'm using Paint Pro because that's what I'm comfortable with, but most image editors should be able to do the same sorts of things. So I'm going to say, okay, well, let's change this to 4 colors. We've got some diffusion in there. It's not fantastic, but hopefully it will work for what we need it to do. Actually, no, I'm going to try that again. I'm just going to select the actual texture bit and leave the bit at the top alone. Okay, I think that looks well. I mean, it's not great, but I think it's about the best we can do in a pinch. And it's probably going to complain about some of the other sections, but let's see what happens if we try that again. 190. Where's 190? Okay, so that's not too surprising. So let's let's grab this bit and let's do this as a separate 4-color slice. Does that? Wait a minute. Does that? Gets a little bit hard to see with this. I don't know why it's so different in this version of Paint Pro, but it blurs it a little bit when I'm moving around. Okay, so let's try that again. See if there's somewhere else it's going to complain about. No? Okay, so that was... oh, no, let's not overwrite that. We want to keep that just in case. So I'm going to call this parallax out. There we go. So we've got our parallax. Oh, gotta create a tile set. Wasn't actually planning to have a tile set, but we've got to have one anyway, so... So let's just make that empty. Ah. Change that to a full layer. And actually, I'll get rid of that. I won't. Oh, I must be still using it somewhere. Okay. Let's set. Okay, we've got an empty map, and we'll just set that sprite parallax to be our background. So if we then go, let's load the level. Whoops, load the map. Let's have a look. And those colors are now reserved for the sprite parallax. So I'm just going to make the magic purple. So that if we do anything with this in future, we know that those are reserved, that Scorpion's not going to try to use them for anything else. Okay, well, we've got our parallax, but we can't actually do anything, so we need to write some code for call it camera control. Actually, and I should check our slice property. What? I'll switch that to simple mode, distance of 2. I'm going to set variable, and I want to set camera X be camera X plus control 1X. And then I need to set that to run every frame. Try that. Let's just see if that's going to work for us. Yep. Okay, so we've got we do have, we've got our parallax scrolling left and right, but it's not very impressive by itself. We need to add some slices in. Okay, so that inserted a slice there. Let's put it down to about here, just before those, I guess those are flowers in the distance. Set it to simple mode. And because we're getting closer to the camera, we're going to decrease the distance. So if we say, well, those far clouds are at a distance of 2, let's say these are at a distance of 1. let's see, these are at a distance of 0.8. Say that is a distance of 0.6. And we'll say that is a distance of 0.4. Now, just to note, so we can't go below, well, we can't go to 0 because that will be a divide by 0 issue. That's basically, right where the camera is. If you go negative, I think it's going to do the Jim Power on Super Nintendo thing where it goes backwards. Oh, welcome, Downloaders and Raiders. We're just sort of working on a sprite parallax demo for Scorpion Engine. And yeah, so that basically works as expected. But I might add one more layer to it, so it looks like there's a bit more pseudo 3D there. If we let's make a new slice. Actually, I have to rearrange them a bit. So this one, so that one I'll put, that one is 0.4. This one I'll move up, and I guess that will be 0.6. And then this one I'll move up a little bit more. And I'll put that in the middle. And so that way the layer of blue dots, the two layers of blue dots should be slightly offset from each other. Yeah, thank you very much, Downloaders. So this is using the sprite parallax system. So these are all made out of two sprites. The this last pair, 7 and 8 at the bottom, just sort of, with the copper repeating it across the screen. Now there is a feature with this that's fairly new that, as far as I can tell, nobody's done too much with. So I'll do a bit of an experiment with it here. But that's obviously a repeating 32 pattern. If we want something that covers the whole screen, we can with some restrictions. So let's go back to our original image. So that's what the image looked like originally. And let's bring that way down to oh yeah, 224, that's fine. Actually, let's replace the entire cloud layer. So if I go, have I got that set to 256? So let's set this 256 by that. Now I might, well, let's get rid of the water and everything underneath that. 138 canvas size. 256 138. Okay, and we need to do I did want to reduce the number of colors on the cloud because we can only with this mode we can only work with 2 colors for scanline. So I just want to have only 2 colors here, being the cloud, or 2 colors per scanline. So that's just the cloud and uh, the um, the horizon. Now I did just realize a problem. It might be a bit of a pain to get So I need to get these. Oh, I didn't get that bit there. Is that the entire cloud bit? I guess so. Oh, now, well, before I forget, I will set this back to OCS because this is no longer an AGA demo. And let's if we go to our top slice, yeah, top slice here, and I'm going to change that to from repeating to horizon mode. 216 color modes only. Oh, no, yeah, there's a reason for that. Because what I'm doing pushes the copper so hard that it only works in 4-color mode, or sorry, 16-color mode, 4-bit plane. Right. So if I edit this panel image, oh, actually, yeah. So I've got the horizon colors there. I don't need to change the horizon colors, but I will need to add we'll need to add that cloud color in. Oh, in fact, does it really matter? I don't know if are the top and bottom clouds different colors? No, they're not. Okay, so that's fine. Yeah, so with the regular system, we've got 4 colors to work with, but with this horizon system where we don't have to have it repeating, we can have it cover the whole screen. Um, that should be fine, and then all I should need to do, so I'll need to shunt these colors down a bit because I can only use 2 colors, so I'll have to delete that bit, and then this bit here I have to bring this across. And then, because I need that cloud color to be everywhere. Let's actually I'll make sure it's the exact same color, not a color that might have come from the previous version. Okay, so we've got this area up here. Ah, possibly another bug with that version of like if I go save, it will save in like a random place. Yeah, yeah, it saved it there. It doesn't seem to want to overwrite the original file for some reason. Anyway, so oh, actually we are missing some. We are missing some. Yeah. Okay, we're missing some colors from the parallax here, that's all right. We can just copy that. Oh, did I not? Okay, it's not actually just that bit, it's also from here. So let's grab that and let's fill that out. make sure it's going to save to the right place. Okay, now let's okay, we'll set that to horizon. Those, is there going to be a problem with those other ones? Just see what happens. It will work or it won't work, and if it doesn't work, then hopefully we can fix it. Okay, well, almost 100%. There is a problem there with that. Okay, alright, so there is a problem there. I think it might be just getting confused because at the bottom of the horizon there's no, I think it's one of these bugs that because nobody ever uses this feature, you know, it's never come up. But I think if I have it like, yeah, if I have it like, let's try there. Let's see what it's like. Yep. Okay, now that looks, that looks pretty good to me. I probably should check the, okay, so it does stop it if I go, I feel like I need a play a character or something. I'm gonna edit this map and resize it a bit. It doesn't need to be 14 tall, but I'll keep it at 64 wide. Let's see what else. So Craft Pix 2D. Do they do anything else that's that I could use as a player character? I sort of, oh, there's that. There it is again. I'm gonna look for a B, unless someone else can think of anything. There is Wasp. Waspy boy. Okay, now that's cool. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's very apid. Yeah, with the transforming into a wasp. I don't know if I can work with that easily because I don't really have anything to split GIF frames. I mean, I could work with that. You know what? I really like this one, so I'm going to try to work with it one way or another. Just drag that into... There must be some... I really should have a tool for split GIF to frames. But there will be something I can just... Yeah, yeah, that will do. Okay, there's only 2 frames. That is, it's alright. Note to self, I need to get a command line tool or something that I can just use to split the individual frames. Ah, of course it's still going to be in the format. It's too much to hope for to have it automatically convert to PNG. Wasp 1. Wasp. Actually, I should. Let's name a wasp R because I usually use the prefix A to specify its animation, and then R will mean automatic. It goes into auto flip mode. Is that Should I move that one down by 1? What's that like? Yeah, okay, so that's more like what I expect. So it's the body is aligned, and it's just sort of the wings that are flapping. Wasp. That we just want that controllable. Let's just get one. It might make they go faster left and right. Let's add you to the map, which has nothing in it because all of that stuff is sprites. Knew I'd forgotten something. It was I need these colors. So I'm just gonna go, let's decrease that, and then how many colors is it going to come out as? Hopefully under 16, 11. Because I could, okay, 11. Okay, so I could make this a sprite, so might as well. I'll just go colors to import. So I can then import that into that range. So if we go, oh, actually, I should make sure, how wide is that? So 30. So, okay, so that's going to be 3. Since it's wider than 32, that's going to be 3 sprite pairs. So 6 sprites, which is fine because our background only uses the last 2 pairs. So we can actually use that as a sprite. So start from 0. We're going to import it to 16 because we want it in the sprite range. I don't want to overwrite those ones, so I'm gonna go 13. There we go. All right. And then I'm gonna go only sprite, so that this is only going to be rendered as a sprite. It's 16. I got it 16 color mode, and let's see that it works. Okay, so doesn't look great that it's going so slow up and down, so that's one problem. Oh, I mentioned, I don't know if you're still here, Ted Zog. I mentioned earlier you can turn off directions, and so for a Zelda-like game, you definitely want to turn off the diagonals. But since this is only left and right, we're going to turn off everything except left and right. Um, that makes it more manageable as well because there's only only two directions we need to set. It doesn't mean it prevents it from moving in that way; it just prevents it from animating in that way. Yeah, okay. Well, I think that will do for a demo. And let me just show you something. So if I go into WinUIE and then I set sprites to none, there's nothing there except the background because this demo is 100% sprites. I feel like there needs to be an Amiga Game Jam where you have to make a game only using sprites, and so something like this. Oh, actually, I think I've messed something up there. No, yeah, okay, so that's supposed to be right, that's supposed to be left. Right, left, right, left. And I did say it was an OCS demo, so let's try to run it on A500 settings to see if it works. Says Lab, I missed a big chunk of audio. Can the full screen background thing scroll? Unfortunately, not. Um, so this technique is used for, like, I mean, I obviously didn't invent it. It was used in Bubba and Sticks for the, like the planet background or the horizon where it's got planets. But yeah, so I don't know whether to leave it here or do. I was thinking about putting some tiles in, but you know what? We'll put some tiles in. Um, gonna grab the Monkey Lad tile set because that's oh, okay, that I haven't seen that before. That one looks a little familiar. Was that no. I thought that might have been used in that submarine game that was entered in the game jam. I don't think it was. Let's grab that because that's a nice 16 color palette and it gives me some things I can add to the background. Let's have a look. Is that already set to palette? Edit palette. Okay, well that's the proper palette there. So let's just grab that bit. Nearest color, is it medium cut or which one works better? So how many colors do we have there? 16. Okay, so that's the Monkey Lad palette extracted. Let's overwrite that. And we only want to import it to the first 16. Okay, so that gives us our tile set colors, and then we've still got our B colors separate. And then let's grab. Just want to grab one thing that pick one of these to be gonna grab that one. Yeah, that looks quite nice. It's kind of like it sort of amazes me how he's only got 16 colors here, but then he's done all of these variations using the different color bands, including like a grayscale one. Let's put that there. Save that. It's probably going to replace the whole map with that. No? Okay. Alright, so is that in my... Ah, yeah, sorry, just like I said before, it does, for some reason, maybe it's just an option, this version of Paint Shop Pro, I need to make sure I'm saving to the right place, because if I open it one place and then I save it, it might not save it back there. Anyway, let's get rid of... Ah, let's get rid of that whole thing. Let's put Waspy Dude there. And let's grab that. I want select none. And my pixel font skills aren't very good, so this might not come out very well. What's my resolution here? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 7 by 4, I guess, is what I'm aiming at. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Whoops. Where'd my tile go? Yeah, that's readable. That's all that matters. I'll probably need to tweak the parallax settings because I think I've got them all as being foreground. Because if they're less than 1, then the foreground. If they're more than 1, then the background. And if they're exactly 1, then they're on the tile layer. So this is probably going to look a bit weird. Okay, no, that actually looks all right because it I do need to adjust them a bit, but maybe. But it sort of looks like the scorpion is at the far background there. One thing I need to fix is I need a I I I usually yeah, I'm gonna need to sacrifice one of the colors to get the black in there. And I can't sacrifice white because it's there. Um, yeah, okay. Because that is being overridden by these, the sprite background, so I can't use that. But if I put it here, maybe that will work. Oh, Mixel noted it's going to be a bit like the Giant Sisters intro scroll. It's almost becoming a little bit like a what do we call a cracktro? I might just one little tweak, I think. So okay, so this bit here, I'm just going to make it a little bit closer, so that way the flowery bits should be a little bit closer than the mix says we can't scroll text balloons, can we? I mean the new window panel window thingies. Oh, that's a good point. So I'm just trying to think about how we can have the how we could have some text along the bottom. What's my time like? Okay, 1:26. Okay, so yeah. So that I think that's improved a little bit. So you see the yellow bits are closer to the camera than the tiles are. So that sort of improves the makes it look like that scorpion text is sort of a little bit further in the distance than everything else except for static clouds. um well, let me think about that. Yeah, so let's create a new one. Actually, I want to make it a little bit wider than the screen. So I've said 256. We only need 256 plus 32. Okay, so if I go 288, and I only want it to be 8 tall, So just sort of as small as I can get away with. Let's save it into panels. Why don't I have a panels folder already? Now I've got... Oh, it doesn't matter. So let's call this text window. So I don't know if this is really going to work, but we'll see if it does or not. Let's go window panel. Obviously that has to... I don't think it really matters doing anything here with the window, because that's just going to use the main palette. I'm going to need to have some... I'm going to need to have a text variable. Well, that would need to be a... We need to be a string. And we'll just go for the classic hello world. Why not? I'm going to set this as monospace. I'm not really sure if that's important, but I do want it... Actually, yes, I do want it monospace, because if we're going to be trying to scroll it by 8 pixels, then that is going to be important. Let's add our... I call it text, window text. So let's just choose text. So we want text, not talkpad, because talkpad is like, you know, when we're printing it out character by character. Oh, why does... okay, so I need to fix this, because that, yeah, that's a bug. It shouldn't have both the variable and the string. We just want one. Let's go to font. No restore fast. Characters 12, is that... Okay, so let's see what's going to happen. Oh! I forgot to actually, put it anywhere in the map. So let's delete that line. I'm going to rename this to text control. And then all we're going to do is we want to display that window. So go window open. And the text window in the X position is going to be camera X. And then the Y position is going to be Y-res -8. Let's just see if that works. I might need to import the colors from there into that font. Okay. Unfortunately, it's running very slow. That's admitted. Yeah, okay, so it's just going to be too slow if I draw it as a window panel. That's just unavoidable. Also, because the scrolling, yeah, because of when the level updates and the like, so you can see it doesn't quite align right. That's okay. So what we're going to approach it in a way that's a little bit different. So it's not going to be I'm not going to be able to scroll the text as smoothly as I'd hoped to, but this will be much more performant. So I'm going to change this to being a bottom panel. And then let's set that bottom panel to text window. So the idea I had was solid. It was just, well, it would have worked. It would have been just too slow. Or probably would have worked, but it would have been too slow. And I should... I'm wasting time having this set as a 500. I need to go back to this so that at least boots faster. And wait, did I? Okay, no, I did set that. Okay. That looks alright. We need to set the we need to shunt that over by 32. Let me just double check that. But then it, it wouldn't really be a crack-tro thing if it doesn't have the text rotating through. So let's okay, I'm gonna change this to a byte array. And array byte window text 32. I'll just check that still comes up. Because so the difference between a string and a byte is like the same in memory, it's just declaring them as different. So this way we can say we want exactly 32 characters in the window text. And then I will go string base text equals actually I'll do that again. And so I just realized I haven't got any way of in code of working out how long an array is. I really should have something like some sort of like array count function. But for now, okay. Oh, of course, it would just tell me there, so that's enough. So I'm just going to declare a constant. Base text length equals 30. And then we need a text scroll routine. And I don't know that we want it on every frame. Let's try making it like 10. But this is where things are going to get a little bit tricky. I haven't really done anything like this in Scorpion before. But I'm going to go variable word index equals 0. And then to start with, I'm going to go set index equals index -1. If index or start index. Start index equals start. If start index is less than 0, set start index equals base length -1. I'll add a note there. The reason we're doing this is because wrap around to the. Sorry, I just realized it's going to scroll in the wrong direction. So I'm just going to go if start text length is greater or equal to base length text, we just set it to 0. Wrap around to the start. And then we need another one, text index. And, oh. So we're going to use I for our index loop. So I'm going to go for I equals 0 to 31. So it is to populate the entire length of the of window text. Set text index equals start index. Mixlab says my text ticker is a level displayed in a very small screen. Oh yeah, I remember that. So because the advantage of doing it in a level way is that you can it makes it much easier to scroll. Like with what I'm doing here, I don't really have a way of easily scrolling it by less than 8 pixels, but this will work for very basic demo. But anyway, so we want to go if we're going to go set window text I equals base text index, and then I'll go set text index equals text index plus 1, and then if text index is greater or equal to base text length, then text index equals 0. Set. Oh, no, that should be end. That should be. Okay, so let's see. How's that looking? Okay, so that hasn't given any errors. Let's see what happens. Okay, that didn't do anything. Am I actually is it because what if let's have a look. So that's window text. I am actually loading it, right? Okay, let's try something. If I go base, go sub, text scroll. So at least in theory that should. What I think is happening is that it's not forcing a refresh of the UI, which it should be smart enough to do. Oh, okay. That's not quite what I expected. Base text. Well, let's add let's force it to no. Maybe I should have done that. Window text, and then that should be text indexed. Variable is not string. Okay, that's another bug that should have definitely told it like string array should be compatible. But all I need to do is is that 32? Okay. Let's try that. And also that gives us some indication, like if we still see those numbers, then something else is broken. Because this should completely replace the numbers. Okay, so we're almost there. Well, let's get rid of that. So it's weird that it didn't wrap it around. Oh, okay, I don't know why I didn't have I set there. So that's the first thing. Okay, so yeah, so that's the first thing. The second thing is, why is it not? Oh, okay, because I don't know why that should be set to 32. Now, is that going to complain about not fitting? No, okay, that's good. All right, so we've got our text sticker. What if I make it like every single frame? What I had originally intended was whoa. Yeah, that's definitely unreadable. Let's bring it down a notch. Yeah, what I had originally intended was draw, like the reason why I started trying to draw it as a window is because a window I can move it by those, like offset of 8. But anyway, so effectively that effectively works. So let's oh. Actually says sticking a copper over the font color would make it extra Cracktro-like. That's a good point. Oh, actually, I'm gonna go base, go sub, text, scroll. So that forces it to update once before the level is loaded. But let's greetings from this is a demo that uses only sprites except for the background text block. So demo, this is an OCS demo. Hello. So I've changed it to hello from Scorpion Engine. Greetings to the glass server. I figured if I was gonna start greeting to individual people, it would become massively long, and then I would still forget someone and feel terrible about it. But oh, now that's an issue. I can't actually read how long that is, so I'll need to. Yeah, so that should be 54. Let's try that. Oh, OCS demo that. What did I mess up? Oh, because it's. Where did I get? Oh, no, 154. Did I just make it 54? I did. Okay, so let's try that again. Oh, and I've got to put a space there. And so how long is that now? 155. And let's colors. Okay, so all right, so it's gonna. Yeah, let's just add image palette. Yeah, black and white. Okay, so black and white. Let's decrease the colors to 2, and then we want to edit panel copper. That's just want to edit it from one color. Oh, actually, I better check that it saved it in the right place. It did. And I don't know. Let's grab one of the off-the-shelf gradients. It needs to be at 0. And then what's a cool looking one? Just gonna grab that. See if that works. Mixel says it's always funny when they use them to discompeting crack groups. Okay, so I've definitely messed something up there because it's not only that it's one color, but it's what else have I messed up? I don't even know where it's gotten that green from. I mean, maybe it's okay. So we've got black and white there. Ah, override game palette, of course. So we're okay. Okay, so we've got white. Why haven't we got yeah, when Mixel mentioned about dissing other crack groups, I figured no, I shouldn't put anything about red pill in here. I'll be I will be cordial. I did want to note that Xena does seem to be a very cool guy, and I mean, I do support the Red Pill project, even though I don't, obviously Scorpion is competing to that, but I think it's very cool, and I do like how it offers something Scorpion doesn't, which is the ability to create Amiga games within an Amiga, whereas Scorpion is very obviously heavily dependent on modern operating systems. Yeah, I don't understand why that is working, not working. Might be confused because I've said it starts from one. Maybe I should let's delete that. I'm gonna go first copper is 0, and then if I go to edit panel copper, let's go create 2. If it's not that, I don't know what else it could be. Maybe it's is just a bug with um no, I mean I could what if I swap that around? So if I go image, if I swap that around, is it at least going to set the background color? Because if it is, I could then just swap over the foreground and background colors. Whoa. Okay, so no, I don't know what's going on there. It must be just a bug within Scorpion itself because I've set. Oh no, okay, all right. So that was me being dumb. I read 2-bit planes as being two colors. I really just wanted 1-bit plane. There we go. So that's actually not a great that's that I think that is just a bit too much variety. Mixlab says in the font preview window it looks peach not white. Yeah, that's true. I didn't it's just using like the closest color match, and there is only black and white in the colors. Let's just go for that. Let's see what that is going to be like. No, I think I just sort of want it to be like a single tone. Let's try that. Okay, I think that's all right. Mm, um, I'm gonna change just one more thing. which is I'm going to make this not controllable. And why can't I see the... I'm missing something. Oh, that should be upright. Okay, I'm going to turn on those directions just so that I've got so that I can see it in the preview editor. Mixels Lab asks, can you combine those old style OCS parallax types with a weird new floor parallax type? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess we could even try that now. But let's have a look. So that looks like the pattern that I want. And if I just go reflect. Let's see what that's like. Oh, okay, so I mustn't have set the right. Yeah, okay, so left, that's supposed to be right. And then it's supposed to be camera follower. Let's try that again. Yeah, okay, so that gives a uh I wonder if I just want it infinitely going in one direction instead of bouncing. That shouldn't be too hard to do. I say shouldn't be too hard to do, as I am. All right. Well, we'll need to make that I mean, let's double that in size. No, I don't think we need to double it. Let's just put it okay, so let's put it like that. And then let me create one called camera scroll. And I've already got the level timer occupied, so I'm just going to put this on the wasp timer. Camera scroll. And I'm just going to go condition if camera x is greater than or equal to map width minus x-res. Then display, set the camera position. We don't want to stop the camera follow. We want to do a camera warp. Fast warp we can't really do for reasons, but we'll see how that works. It might maybe confuse the parallax system. Oh. Okay, no, that broke it completely. What? Is this bit even... Oh, okay, because yeah, they need to spawn at start because that's way outside of the you know, it starts outside of the spawnable area, so we'll make it, you know, I mean, it's basically the player, so it needs to be treated like the player. There we go. So far, so good. We just need to check that it's going to cleanly go back. I think it did make the parallax skip a little bit there, but is it going to be a problem? I don't know if it is. Yeah, I mean, I think that's all right. Yeah. So Mixel, you did mention earlier the weird parallax. I'm thinking I could actually get away with it. But I would need to use these colors here. So this is what I had as my idea. So if I grab this, let's make this twice as tall. I know this stream's been going over 2 hours, but I am on a bit of a roll here, so I did want to saying streams going over 2 hours. I know Amiga Bill does like 5 or 6 hour streams, but uh, yeah, let's just do pixel resize. Okay, so we want this to be looping with, so that will be distance of two. Okay, trying to think how is it going to do this. Okay, so I need to have this like we want it 256 or 512 wide. So it's been a little while since I've done this kind of parallax. So I'm just trying to think mentally through how how it's supposed to work. If I then do my perspective, yeah, so that would need to be at 128, and then what 512 minus 128 is 384. Okay. I was just thinking it doesn't quite look square because of you know, I probably shouldn't have scaled it by do I no, okay, never mind. I'm not gonna I will not waste time trying to fix the perspective. Okay, so that's our that hopefully that's going to work as our floor. I don't know for absolute sure it's going to be okay, but let's just try it. And some of those colors are like blended, so hopefully it you know, the nearest color matching is going to work. I guess we'll find out. So if I go advanced and then I want to turn on the floor, let's select the floor image under panels and floor. Now let's have a look. So we don't want a top and bottom height. The near distance. High distance. I'm going to need to tweak that. So, okay, so what have I got at the bottom there? So I had 0.4. So basically because the top is twice as wide as the bottom, those values should be one should be double of the other. So I'm going to try 0.4 and 0.8. And then what, 32? Let's see what that looks like. I don't know if it's actually going to work, but we'll see. Mixer says this is a whole new level of confusing. I love it. I myself am pretty confused at the moment. Okay, it's almost working. It does have a bit of a... It isn't as wide as it needs to be for some reason. And it's... Let me just... let's just change that control. But yeah, so this is something that I haven't fully wrapped my head around. So I don't know why is it cropped off like that? Oh, and why can't I move left and right? What did I do there? Oh, it's because of acceleration. Yeah, okay, so I need to get rid of... Let's get rid of those. Okay, I maybe cropped it off at the wrong place. Okay, so let's uncrop that. What? Why can't I go back? Oh, because I pasted it as a new image. Okay, that's why. Uh, hmm. Might not have made it as wide as I needed to, but I can spend a little bit more time trying to work it out. But yeah, so it is pretty confusing as it is. I do need to add some tools in to, do the scaling and share and everything, under the hood. Yeah, I won't spend too much more time on it. Let's just see if... Okay, now that's looking much better, except for, it's not wide enough. Okay, so back to the drawing board a little bit. Yeah, it's just not quite wide enough with the Ah. Actually, if I go back to... Did I... Have I still got the Monkey Lad textures open? I must do somewhere. Okay, so I got the... I wondered if something like that might be more visually interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna try this again. Gonna do a little bit different this time. I'm gonna say the height is speed 24. What? Okay, so I need to turn off AI mode in order to be able to change the aspect ratio. And to turn off AI mode, I need to change it to not pixel resize. Okay, so well, not Oh no, I don't want it AI powered. I just want it like that. AI trying to force its way into everything. All right. Actually, no, that actually doesn't look so great. I'll do like a bicubic or smart size. Smart size. Let's do smart size. Okay, that will do. And then let's do it as 1024 again. Oh, sorry, 512 rather than 1024. So that would give me more than enough edge. Oops. Yeah, as I said, I really need something to be able to do all of this stuff like oh, where's it going? All I'm having some weird bugs with Paint Pro. Should just select it like that. And let's... Okay, so I just need to copy that to the end. Then I need to bring it into half again. So I guess if I've got one at 256 and then another at 768, that should mean that the top bit is like half. Oh, yep, that's fine. And then what? Can I just go grab that middle? 250. It needs to be a bit wider than 256 because of... Or does it? I'll just try it at 256. The middle 256. And let's replace that. Almost. It doesn't. It needs that little bit more so that it can wrap, because it's sort of just wrapping on random data. So let's undo that crop. Or let's go canvas size. Okay, so left 384. So I'll keep it as that, but I need it 16 pixels wider at least. But oh wait. Yeah, let's try it from there. Okay, so let's add a little bit more onto the right, which is what I wanted. What did I... Oh, did it not save in the wrong place? I think it might have. Or it could also be that it needs to be 32 pixels wider rather than 16. Yeah, I should have had it as yeah, let's okay. All right, so let's do this again. Um 512 minus 128. So I want to start it from 384. Actually, I don't think it matters if it's that much wider than the screen. Let's just try that. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, it kind of works, but it's not centered. So you see, it's sort of it looks about right here, but on the right side, it's just a bit too skewed. So I think all we really need to do there is move it back a little bit. Let's try taking, yeah, let's try 352. Again, I need to add some tools into Scorpion to do this so that I'm not sort of, pissing around with it so much. So, I should be able to just give it a flat tile and then it should be able to work out the perspective and, um, how to repeat it, how to stretch it. I think it's looking a little better, but not quite enough. Just need to be a little bit further that way. Oh, in fact, yeah, I think I can see yeah, it didn't look balanced. Yeah, let's go 320. It doesn't really need to be that wide either. Let's try that. We'll try that. Okay, so this took a little bit longer than I had expected, but I think we're just about to wrap up. Okay, no, it does. Okay, all right. Let's just save it as that. Actually, I think I'm starting to realize the problem might be just because it's expecting it to be center aligned. Yeah. Okay, so the problem is this is not center aligned, so I think I was just trying to overthink it too much. We just need the middle. Let's just grab the middle 512 of that. And I think if that works, even if it's not perfect, I think I might leave it there. I'm just sort of spending a little bit too much time experimenting with it. It is good to experiment with because oh yeah, now that looks more balanced. That looks much more like I was hoping it would. It doesn't quite fit with the doesn't quite fit with these slices. It does. Oh, actually, I know what I should do is I go display. Wait. What did I do here? Here's a text scroll. I want the display set screen, configure screen. Let's set it to 250. No, I want 256 minus 12. And that is going to be the height of the screen minus the at the bottom there. The Whoop, no, that broke it. Panel gap 4, and I know that's 8, so 12, that should have worked. Oh no, that's screen top. I don't want to. I want to set the Y resolution. And it's not letting me set it to a. Okay, this I need to fix. This is a double up here. Okay, yeah. So there's a few issues in that where some of the fields show up twice because of how I've been reworking things to do with the Code Blocks 2 system. Oops. Ah, no, that makes sense. Hello, Talk Dog. Welcome. I'm probably not too far from wrapping up. You worked on that the Node game along with Ted Zog. Ah, lurking since start. I don't really want it scrolling. That's something I'll need to turn off. Well, I don't want it horizontal scrolling. A camera follow. I just want left and right. Now let's turn that back to our wave. Oh, and I need to. This is an OCS demo. Greetings to and to the people watching on Twitch.tv. Yeah, I didn't. So Mix will notice the speed scale isn't quite right. Which I might have a quick look at that. So the bottom. Maybe I just need to reduce the sort of the scale of. So that's 0.8. Wait, 0.8. I'm gonna put that 7.5, and then that can be 7. And then this can be 6. So this is basically like imagine this is distance from camera. So we're saying this is 0.6 meters. And then we need our floor to be the maximum distance needs to be 0.6. And we should set the near distance as half of that because we scaled it so that the top is half the size of the bottom. So that ratio should be reflected in the that ratio should be reflected in the distance. Oh, now what? No, that broke it quite badly. What did I do wrong there? Is it something to do with the repeat? Let me check. Let me put that back how it was. I didn't think the distance would affect it, but maybe it does. Maybe that's something I need to take into account for this. Yeah, okay, so I will need to adjust parallax repeat. Okay, so let me think this through. I changed it to 0.3, 0.6. Try so it repeats at does it repeat every okay, so it repeats every 32 pixels. Draws from far to, so if I go 32 times 0.6, and this is 19. Yeah, that made it a little bit less jumpy, but it's I think it's just a little bit too fast. So yeah, let's make this a little bit Okay, yeah. What I am going to do is I am going to change the going to move all of this out so that this is behind the text. So the on-screen text, because it's part of the level, it's at a distance of 1, and so this is moving that further into the background. I just realized that it's kind of made that layer look like a hedge, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Now it does skip when it switches back to the level start, which isn't I'm not really sure there's an easy solution for that, because everything scrolls at different speeds. In fact, I will adjust this a little bit. Just add 0.5 to everything. So I didn't want it to look like a hedge was the only thing. So now that layer is going to be slightly slower than the still kind of looks like a hedge. I think the reason it looks like a hedge is just because the floor is skewed like that. Um, I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's all right. I did promise that it's an OCS demo, so I really should try it on here. I did wonder if it, even on AGA, it might have been becoming a little bit heavy, but I'll just give it a go. Hopefully it just works, and then that will be a good place to leave it for the day. Yeah, I mean, it might be frame skipping a little bit. It's not too bad. Because there is a fair bit going on with the all of the sprite layers, plus the text scrolling at the bottom on top of the floor that needs to be drawn every frame. But I mean, it is technically OCS, even if it is frame skipping. Um, uh, Sorry, that grass is bothering. I'm gonna expand it out a bit more. So that'd be 1.2, 1.3, 1 through 1, 2, 1. Going to spread it out a bit more, and then I'll put that back to there. Mixel says still way better frames per second than Deathbringer. No, that's fair. Okay, yeah, that'll do. I just tried to make it more obvious that the separate layers. It is making it look a bit like a hedge, but I think that's okay. I think it's just we have to live with it. Okay, well, it feels like just about every parallax trick that can be done in OCS that can be done in OCS and Scorpion put together in one demo. Uh, I mean, I could have some clouds that are moving slower, use actors or for that, but I think that's all right. Okay, all right. Well, I could spend all day on this. I think it's time to call the chat. Thanks for coming by, everyone. And let's see who we can raid. I am going to raid. Oh, I didn't know Amiga Kemi was on. Let's raid Amiga Kemi. Okay, catch us later.